I am. I'm trying to make sure that I'm telling everybody to get on Facebook Live and watch us.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. So the question for today with the effing truth is, who's a better hider of the truth, men or women?
That's so easy. Just tell me when I can answer.
You think so?
Some people think it's easy, and then I was actually surprised by some of the statistics behind it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So the part of the whole
bit.
purpose of the F in truth is the fact that the F being facts. Mm-hmm. So Chris is going to bring some facts.
Okay.
And of course, we're going to go with our truth, but she's going to bring the facts of the overall truth.
Okay.
And for our listeners at home, you can actually give us a call at 219-845-1100. That's 219-845-1100.
1100 for some.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1100 for those that don't know what 1100 is.
Oh.
And in this, we're talking about who's a better hider of the truth. Is it men? Is it women?
You know what's interesting is that when I talked to a few people, they instantly thought of relationships. And I said, this goes so much further than relationships, because every interaction we have with people, they have an opportunity to be truthful.
Right. I mean,
partial.
Think about the employment and your employment.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
People lie all the time to get off work.
Right. You
I lost my foot this morning. I lost my whole foot. Walking to work the next day. What happened to your foot? What you talking about?
It's back.
Oh, I'm in my shoe. So, hiders of the truth. Chelsea, we're going to start off with, who do you think?
Okay.
And you got to give a reason why. I can't stand when people are like, women.
Okay, well, I really love how Crystal said that it's so much more than just relationships. You're right. And so I will say women, because, and I'll give an example outside of relationships. So I'm going to date myself, but you remember that movie, I'm Going to Get You, Sucker?
Yes.
Thank you.
Gold Fever.
And there was the scene where when the young man brought the young lady home.
Tell it.
Off came the hair, off came the eyelashes, off came the leg came off at one point.
Came off. What was it? Her breasts were fake.
Yes,
her buttocks were fake.
So that's an extreme example, but we can make things not appear as what they really are.
But I will say this: men are on their come up. Because now men have, what do they call them? They don't call them extensions, but they're hair units.
You all have undershirts that hold you in under the love handles. But you all still have to catch up.
The beard spray.
Sideburns.
The beard spray, the hairline for
But
them
you
brothers.
can say that just Damien's hair is all real.
All natural.
She's going to go in. Okay.
I mean, and I can use my own self as an example. I posted on Saturday when I decided to get my makeup professionally done for a wedding, and I had to turn around. I looked in the mirror twice, like, who is she?
The funny thing was, when you posted that picture, I did a double take, and I scrolled back like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
She did a before and an after.
I did.
Yeah.
Hiders of the truth. Yeah. I rest my case.
So I want to read one comment from one of our, from the actual post we did on social media. And it says, their response was, women go through levels to hide their truths, such as keeping up appearances, smiling and keeping a positive attitude, making everyone around her feel like everything is good, hiding the truth that she doesn't know where her family's next meal may be coming from, or hiding the fact that she has to do unspeakable things to provide for her kids. Women can wear a mask.
Did you clear your throat on purpose?
I did.
Unspeakable.
I'm just saying, it's heavy. Women can wear a mask of dishonesty in a relationship that can make her man feel like all is good, just to juggle other things. So,
I will say, I know of a relationship where the woman, the wife, put the husband on blast on the regular about all the things he wasn't. Oh, wow. But she was there for finances, and you know, she gives a great facade of making things seem like it's one thing. So I have to go with women.
You go with women. And then to add on to that from a technology standpoint, because that's what I come in to the hot seat about, talking about social media and things like that. I think that we take the time with our gadgets to learn all of the different functions.
Angles and filters. Is that what we're going to
Angles? Well, not even the angles and the filters. I'm talking about even with well, everybody knows how to do the passcode, but there are other things and other apps and things that I feel like we know when we take the time to know, where a lot of times men are like, look, I just text. Some of them don't even really like to text. I like to just make phone calls and just don't touch my phone. And we're like, you could touch my phone, but you don't know exactly what to do with my phone to really get into the nitty gritty.
Sometimes I feel like, if we talk about relationships, though, sometimes I feel like men play the dumb role just so that, and maybe I'm just giving
Damien, give us some insight.
Because it's like, what? No, come on now. Why would I ever?
In my life, I have been one where
you know.
I throw the questions out.
The one.
You ask me a question, I ask you for more. I would never say.
So you never tell the answer.
Right.
He'll never see how that he dies.
Cute and keep going.
Yeah. See, that way you keep them spinning. See, that's
who's that just called you?
And they forget.
See, that's your problem right there. You focused on all the wrong things. Right now, we need to talk about what are we doing next weekend. You
single,
own
right?
this whole thing.
You're single. Yeah, okay.
That's
stock. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, no, honestly, now, the funny thing is, I think women will live lies. Men are horrible lie tellers.
Yeah.
And that's why men get caught up constantly.
All the time.
No, maybe they just don't care.
No, they get caught up. That's when you don't care. Once the lie is all the way out there, that's when you don't care anymore. That's for men. In the beginning, they care because they're so busy trying to protect
cover
you,
it up,
and they're trying to cover and hide.
I lie to protect you.
When that kid comes out that's 5 years old, it's like,
what can I do now?
I guess
I'm left her. I'm leaving you.
No, they don't admit it until the DNA test comes back.
No, even with that. No.
I know.
See, I told you.
The old schoolers, that you lie, you stick with the lie that you told.
Lie till you die.
Right. Mm-hmm. You stick with the lie you told. I don't know her.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick with the women.
Just like you.
We are better hiders of the truth.
Now bring the facts, Crystal, on this.
I'm interested.
One comment from one of our online viewers said, men are good at deflecting. Women are great at detailed storytelling, which exhausts a man.
Right.
I'm like, never mind. I don't even want to hear the rest.
I was told by a cousin years ago, he said, if you tell the lie, if you tell the truth, what takes place is you can always get what you want. So just tell the truth. But when you don't tell the truth, the problem you end up having is this right here. You have to keep up with the lie.
You have to keep it going.
I'm horrible at remembering the
like,
truth.
Did I say that?
Better yet, a lie.
Right.
You just go with exactly what you can.
Right.
When
I think it protects your reputation, though. If you're just known for just being a straight shooter and keeping it real, sometimes you're going to get your feelings hurt. I'll be like, but this, I told you the truth, and I have to hand that to my life mate. He's a straight shooter. He's like, look, this is what it is. Your feelings hurt, you'll be okay. We're going to be okay.
That's right.
All right, so y'all ready for these statistics?
Yes.
Give us the stats.
Bring the facts.
Make them crystal clear.
Bring us the effing truth, please.
Most people lie on an average of 4 times a day, which equals to 1,460 lies every year.
Wow.
The number one reason for lying is to get out of trouble or to make ourselves look good.
I believe that.
Yeah.
The most common lie told by both genders is nothing's wrong, I'm fine.
Oh, that sounds like that viewer or that one who wrote in saying,
oh yeah,
wearing the face and the smile, when saying all is well when it isn't.
All right, and these are the only statistics that I'm going to give you, and then we'll play a quick game.
Okay.
All right, so this one is relationships, because I had to touch on that for 2.5. 57% of men admit to infidelity in the past or present relationship, while only 54% of women have admitted.
That's almost the same.
Yeah, but I was surprised that the men were a little higher.
Neck and neck on cheating. That's what
right. That's what that basically means.
But here's one last statistic that I'll give you all for free.
Okay.
The average person can only spot a lie 50% of the time.
I can believe that. I can believe that simply because sometimes we want to believe more in people than
what the truth really is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
All right. So you guys ready for these numbers?
Let's go for them.
All right. The percentage of people who admit to lying on their resumes.
Who goes first, you or I?
Ladies first.
I would say about 43%.
She says 43. I'm going to go with 50.
All right, Chelsea is closer at 31%.
Oh, okay. Some honest people
That's
out there.
That's a lot lower than I would think.
Well, you know why? I think, I'm just guessing, but now with all the technology we have, there's a way, you used to go cut out and paste and make yourself a pretty degree frame in your face.
There's a lot of dummies out here, though. I don't know.
But now you can do a quick Google search on somebody. And
I think they're lying about that. So.
31%. All right, 31%.
All right. The percentage of adults who admit to telling lies sometimes or often.
I will say, admit to telling lies sometimes or often. I'm going to go high. I would say 70%.
I'm going to come down a little bit and say about 49%.
Only 12% admit it.
Really?
They were lying too.
Wow. That's 12%?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So percentage of women who admit to occasionally telling harmless half lies.
39%.
65.
He finally got something.
Okay.
80%.
80%.
I'm about to say.
I'm with the men. Lie till you die.
The percentage of patients who stretch the truth to their doctors.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Dane.
25.
Oh, 58.
32.
32. Okay.
And I need a specific number.
Okay.
And one of you all can do men and one of you all can do women. The average number of lies per day by men or women to their partner, bosses, and colleagues.
Wow.
I'll do men. And I'm going to say, I'm going to say 8 lies a day.
Okay. I'm going to go with women, and I will say 25 lies a day.
Dang!
This is my hair, and these edges is real. These are my eyelashes. And the fact
we do talk more.
Actually, the numbers surprised me, but the average number of lies per day by men to their partner, bosses, or colleagues is 6.
I was close.
Okay. And for women, 3.
See?
Wow. But y'all live lies.
You're going to stick to that, huh?
Yes.
So I think we kind of like tied.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good information.
Like I said, I was surprised by some of the numbers. I said, what? I mean, yeah it's interesting.
And I don't know about this hot seat. See, you all will send me out here and I'm home now. Side
That's the whole purpose.
I did take the meat out. I'll be like,
the hot seat continues over.
Okay. Don't do that.
All right, so as you all know, we have Chelsea Stalling Whittington, and to give a little background information of who you are, the organization, your business, let us know.
Well, yes, as you said, I'm Chelsea Stalling Whittington, Chelsea Whittington, and I am the sole proprietor of Whitt PR, which is a consulting practice where I assist worthy clients of building their image, building their brand, and their online presence, specifically Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And I am a longtime practicing communications professional, having worked in both nonprofit, for-profit environments. And I have now found this passion for kind of branching out on my own, and it has proven to be very, very enjoyable and very diverse, because the clients that I have are diverse and they all want to win, and I all want to help them win. And that's what I go to bed thinking about and waking up thinking how my clients can win.
That's what's up. Now, for those that don't know, what's the importance of social media presence when it comes to your business?
So when I think about social media, it takes me back to how people used to think, well, we don't need computers, and it's always that group that says, I'm going to shy away from it as long as I possibly can. But now, if you are really trying to be in the game, as far as your business, your brand, your organization, whether it be for-profit, non-profit, social media is just a must. Okay. And so there's also an art to it, too. People think, well, I'll just get a page and I'll just post. But there's more to it as far as who you're targeting, what your content is going to be, what platform matches, because sometimes maybe your business doesn't need to be on Twitter, or maybe you need to be on Twitter and Facebook, or maybe it's more of a professional base and you need to really pound it with LinkedIn. And so with my business, I take that survey with potential clients to find out what their end game is, what their goals are, and to try to determine what social platforms will work for them and also make it within their budget so that we're all at a happy medium.
That's what's up. Now, if people want to get in contact with you to find out, how can you work with them? How can you make my business grow? How can they do that?
Sure. I ask that they like my page at Whitt.
Before you do anything, you got to go like me.
You got to go like me, because on my page, it lists all the different services, because we talked about social media and a little bit about public relations, because I book my clients on interviews and shows and TV shows and write articles and blogs. But there are also opportunities for me to come to your organizations and talk about social media, whether it be to parent groups, to talk about cyberbullying. I'll be at Thea Bowman Leadership Academy for their parent summit to talk to the parents about cyberbullying and things they don't know that their children know about social media. Right. It's a whole market for that. And parents, a lot of them are oblivious. They just say, I pay the bill, here, you hold your phone. And there are ghost apps on there that looks like a calculator, and you click it and it takes you to a whole backstory of something else.
Pictures and everything.
Everything. Yeah. And so I am also into that. That's part of my business. So if you like me, Whitt, CWHITT. It can also send me an email at clstalling@yahoo.com. Follow me on Twitter, CL Whittington. Just keyword me on those platforms, because I'm on all of them, and I really want to help people to understand that while it's recreational, it can also be used for monetary, and it can either kill or build your brand.
Hey, I have a question. So tying in our conversation of the day.
Okay. Okay.
Have you ever been approached by an individual that you knew was untruthful about the way they did business or what they did in their business? And how did you just decide not to work with them, or did you change the direction of how they approached? Because, people want to sit here and say all these great things
about themselves.
I'm thinking about a personal experience we had with somebody. So,
I have one.
I mean, you just want to sit here and you're like, well, I know you want to say that you're 2-time best or something.
Right.
See, being petty right now. That's just being petty.
Well, what would this show be without a slice of pettiness?
You just need a little slice of petty pie.
It's funny that you should say that, because now I have been doing the consulting since 2015, but I really only recently just ironically started my own Facebook. I'm teaching and doing Facebook, but I didn't want to put it out there because I wanted to pace myself as far as the response, because the response has been very, very well received. So before I even promoted myself, I ran into a former schoolmate from Saturday school. I won't say any names. And he really built himself up. I mean, I thought he was just like the tax person or something to the gods. I mean, he really made it seem like he was making all this money and he needed me. So I met with him twice, once at lunch and then another time in the office. And then when I started to get some information from him, do some background checking, it all turned out to be bogus. It was very bogus. And so a package that was dropped off to me that I was supposed to work through, there was full of errors and a bunch of gibberish too. And I kept saying, are you well? Are you okay? Is this what you meant to drop off? And so it got to a point where I did have to sever that relationship early on, though. And I was very professional about it. Unfortunately, he was not, because he was like, how dare you think that I am not well? But if he let me keep what he shared with me and I showed it to you, your first reaction would be like, what is this?
Wow.
Yeah. And so you will have that. And I expect that to happen again in a different realm. And I'm ready. I'll be professional about it. But people need to be honest about who they are and the goals. Maybe you're not that now, but let me help you and we can get there.
One of the things I talk with students about is the importance of your brand and branding yourself, especially when you're going to go into employment. This week I saw 2 videos where people were being quote unquote passive aggressive. And in both videos, they took a conversation that took place in the real world to social media and did not represent themselves well at all. Now, me as an employer, if I'm looking at these individuals, they got to go.
Right, the back and forth.
Yeah. And well, actually, no, it's just a one-sided thing.
Oh, okay.
But with the one-sided, it's basically putting me out there in a negative light.
I see.
Because it's
I understand. And what I want to get young people to understand is that these things don't go away after you delete them.
Right. Well, I'm screenshotting. I'm recording everything.
Exactly.
Kids do that too.
Yeah.
You know, hey, did you see that? No, I didn't see it. That's okay. I saved it.
I saved it, and I have video of it, all those different things. So you have to be very careful at an early age starting to build your brand. If you say you want to be a performer, a teacher, a doctor, when it's time to fill out those applications, and they go back and search your social history. Yes. So I say start now, and your life online is the times that we live in.
Google me.
Yeah. That's a very important aspect of my business, though, is while helping build brands, helping parents and those who are interested in social media understanding the do's and don'ts, the etiquette.
It's interesting you just brought up Googling. There's a website we were passing around today telling people to go in here and pull up your information on it. It's truepeoplesearch.com.
Okay.
Now, if you haven't done it, go on it. You'll be surprised.
Yourself?
Search yourself. You'll be surprised at the information it puts out there about you. I'm going on it this evening when I get to my computer so I can ask them to have my information removed because it gives your home address, phone numbers.
You should have waited until next week to make this announcement because by the time you get home, people gonna know where you live.
No, don't get it twisted. You can come if you like.
I'm licensed. Is that your next?
You already know. I'm a card carrying member of the NRA. I will put that out there. Our favorite cheese at the household is Swiss cheese. So you come on through if you want to. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see individuals when they're trying to market their business when it comes to social media?
The crossing of the two. So I have had this conversation so many times about, are you going to have a personal page? Right. Are you going to have a business page? And I got to that crossroads myself. And if you are on your personal page saying things, doing things negative, posting videos and going back and forth in battles, and then you have your cupcake business. I heard you talking about cupcakes earlier. and you want, come stop in and see us.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, that's the same lady that was just over here posting dog fights videos. So
that's cupcakes too.
Right. that's one of those very, very bad mistakes. Now it's okay if you're cross promoting, if you have positive contents on both platforms. They say, I get it. Okay, see, Whitt is sharing on Chelsea's page, Chelsea's sharing back and forth because you're reaching different audiences. But if you're going to be negative on one and positive
opposite
on the other, not a good idea.
What about those individuals that share their political views and political stances?
So it depends on what business you're in. Are you in the type of business where you're trying to get elected, or there's some type of political gain for you? Then you have to get in on the conversation, but you have to stick to your guns on what it's going to be, because nothing is worse or that kills a brand as a flip-flopper. I happen to be listening to another radio station just for a minute this morning.
You used to say not while we were on.
Clearly not while you all were on. And they had a state representative on. I won't name this person, but they had this person in the hot seat. And they called her right then and said, wait a minute, you just said... So you're flip-flopping. So, and that became the rest of the interview. And then when they went to break, she magically hung up. It was like, uh-oh, we lost her. We lost her. So I would say if you're going down a political route and it has something to do with your brand, then that's one thing. But if you're selling cupcakes and you're saying, I support Trump and cupcakes, you don't want to
Trump
cross
cakes.
the two, exactly. You want to keep those personal views. You want people to see your brand.
Most definitely.
And see your brand first and not worry about what's going on with the backstory, especially when it's potentially controversial.
Well, Chelsea, we want to thank you for coming out and being in the hot seat. Hope it wasn't too hot for you.
Not at all.
Hope it doesn't cause any problems.
Yes, bring
Hope
the
it doesn't
heat.
cause any problems. Don't forget to go to iRaise Radio on Facebook, and we'll have all her information posted there. See Whitt.
Yes.
Is the actual page. You can follow her there. Also, Chelsea Starling Whittington, all 12 names.
Yes.
I'll let it say that.
You can follow me. I can't
them.
friend you. That's why I moved over, though, because I want more friends.
I know.
Most definitely.
I had to go on
I
strike.
constantly do everything I can share whenever Chelsea puts out something about her clientele. She's got some great clients, and you'll see some of them on our show.
Yes.
We want to thank you all for tuning in. We hope we brought you one level higher,
one step closer
to becoming a better you. So don't forget to check us out next Tuesday, iRaise Radio. Tell a friend, comment, like, share. Comment, like, share. You can catch Crystal with her motivational moments every day. You can catch me with my unmotivational moments as well, because I think it's just too much motivation. And don't forget, if you're 35 and you're single, it's not looking too
over.
good. It's a done
Game
deal.
over. Flip. Remember that?
Yes.
Flip.